Don't you get it? She's not interested. Take a hike. If you knew it was good for you.
Actually, she sounded like she was very interested. If you chose the heel option, or maybe if you lost, then, you know, this would actually make sense. But this is just him and his ego. Oh, fierce stare down, fierce stare down.
A potentially explosive situation developing backstage between those superstars.
That's the thing with tomatoes, Cole. Always stirring up trouble.
But yeah, going back to the whole GameSpot thing, I mean, you know, the other reviews stated the perennial problems of this franchise. You know, i.e. the animations can kind of get caught up in themselves, you know, and poor collision detection, as well as the sound, you know, the sound effects actually being kind of washed out and kind of hollow. So, yeah, he has a point. But this other guy was just, you know, tearing into it so much because, you know, he went on and on about the reversal system. And then he barely covered Road to WrestleMania, you know, and said that, you know, it was weak and, you know, just kind of, you know, not really worth it. Yeah, because by that point, they were really trying to work out Universe mode. Universe mode was pretty much going to overtake Road to WrestleMania mode. It's clearly the better version of career mode, even though it's not supposed to be career mode. So in essence, it's kind of flowing over. You know, it's kind of like, well, the best way that I can describe Universe mode, I haven't played it yet, but based on what they say it is, it's kind of like career mode from, like, say, SmackDown 2 plus GM mode from, like, the later SVR games. So those will kind of, you know, it kind of blends into that because now everything kind of fits into a schedule, and then you can simulate those matches if you don't want to play them, or you can play them, you know, and rivalries develop, or rivalries continue to develop. And if somebody, you know, if you got another enemy or whatever, then they'll interfere in your match or some shit. And it was kind of stupid. And I just now realized Eddie versus Chavo. This actually happened, but for other reasons. You know, it's like, you know, I'm tired of living in your shadow, uncle. You know, fuck you.
These two superstars are just
I don't need you.
Locking up.
I've been waiting to see this match all night long.
Yeah, for those of you who don't know, Eddie has, he's got several brothers, I believe, but he has one brother named Chavo Guerrero. Chavo had a son who actually goes by Chavo Guerrero Jr. So, yeah, he eventually, you know, came to the WWE and worked with his uncle for a brief time as Los Guerreros. God, my Spanish is still shit. But, yeah, their tag team was pretty interesting for a time. And then, of course, you know, I want to break out and, you know, be on my own. And that happened. So Eddie pretty much operated on his own from then on. Then, well, you know, Chavo decided to go with another angle, another gimmick as kind of like a wannabe white guy, Kerwin White. You know, very unoriginal. He was trying to be, you know, like the suburban middle-class white guy, you know, with the polo shirt and the sweater wrapped around his neck and everything, you know. And then, well, of course, Eddie's untimely death, and that led to oh god, I'm doing this wrong.
I don't think
that led to, well, Chavo dumping the gimmick and going back to being who he was. You know, so he even adopted Uncle Eddie's Three Amigos triple suplex as well as the frog splash. So that was nice. I mentioned this earlier, So I don't know why I'm talking about it again. I guess because, well, I'd rather talk about who I've got and, of course, their history. But, yeah, handled that shit, of course. You can't beat, the Elder, really. I mean, well, you can, but, I mean, for the most part, he's got more experience. Not to mention he's being controlled by me. Duh. I'm not saying I'm the best at this game. Shit, if anything, I'm slightly above average. I never say that I'm the best at any game. Never. What the fuck are you idiots talking about now? I can't even hear you.
You're staying back here to watch my little Fifi, and that's final.
Did you say something in French? I couldn't really hear that.
But I'm supposed to be your manager. I can't manage you from back here.
Listen, sweetheart. With the way you've been flirting with you-know-who, you can't manage me, period. How am I supposed to focus on my matches when you're running around behind my back?
Flirting? Running around? You're paranoid.
Oddly enough, this actually makes more sense when you're on Raw because she's with Tajiri. She actually had a manager run with Tajiri.
Oh, really? Well, you're staying back here or else. And if anyone says that they saw you talking to anyone at all, there's going to be some very unpleasant consequences for you, sweetheart.
What, is he going to, like, wreck all of her clothes? Or is he actually going to resort to violence? That's pretty bad. Why the fuck are they still looking at it?
Renee Dupree's match is coming up next.
Oh, just watch this.
He's leaving Torrie backstage? What's he thinking?
Oh, this is going to be some funny shit. Half a dozen, huh? Was last week 7? Two, 3, 8. That nigga lost 8 matches.
And he suffers yet another loss.
I told you should have brought Torrie to the ring with him, Cole.
Dude, you don't even know how to use a manager. I would actually go back to the whole GameSpot thing, but I think you guys got the gist of what I was talking about. Torrie and a towel.
Hey, what are you doing back here? This is the women's locker room.
I didn't see you at ringside, so I thought I'd head back here and check up on you.
I think you better be careful if Renee finds out you're back here.
Listen, just chill out. He's still in the ring. He doesn't have to know.
Hey! I'm gonna kill you! I swear to God, I'm gonna kill you!
Stop it. You just had a match. You're exhausted. Let's just get out of here.
I've had just about enough of you, pal. Next week, I'm gonna show you what happens when you miss with me, my woman, or my dog, Fifi.
Yes, he actually brought his French poodle out, usually. And his manager would actually have to hold the dog. Looking like a freaking French version of Arnold Schwarzenegger and shit.
I'm telling you, he's sticking his nose in where it don't belong. Torrie's a hot tomato, no doubt about it. This is gonna be trouble.
She's worth it.
These two superstars collide next week on SmackDown.
Yeah, and next week is gonna have to wait for next part. Why? Because that's the way that I do things here. It'll probably be different in 2006, but yeah. So, yeah, that's more than enough trivia and more than enough drama for this part.